Welcome back. We're still bringing you your story on SA Today. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa will be delivering his second State of the Nation address on Thursday, and this will be the last SONA of the 5th Parliament ahead of the 2019 general elections. There are many expectations for the President's address, and with Eskom's woes and energy security in the news, no doubt the energy sector is a sector that will be listening with keen interest. Well, to give us a view ahead of SONA, we now chat to Gaopalelwe Santswere, who's the Deputy President of the Nuclear Industry Association of South Africa, NIASA. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Peter.
All right, so our viewers have been listening with keen interest to the goings-on at NIASA, Eskom, and we heard the President recently saying that Eskom's too big to fail, largely because energy security is a big issue. But Eskom isn't the only energy provider. So as a sector, what is your expectations from the President in his SONA?
Look, Peter, I think our economy is in ICU. We heard of massive retrenchments around the corner. I mean, I just saw on the website of CSIR issuing a statement of retrenchments. We've got high level of unemployment. You know, the economy is not doing really well. And if you look at it, I mean, the kind of load sheddings that we have experienced in the country, it really raises a lot of questions to say that in the investment drive that the President wants to do, there needs to be an energy plan that will talk to those investments. Because if you heard also during the mining in Daba that there's massive investment for new mines, all those mines are energy intensive. So we need to invest also on the energy, making sure that we have dispatchable 24/7 of availability in terms of the energy. So we expect the President to also talk to the energy sector when he also talk to the investment that is driving to get $100 billion.
All right, talking about the energy sector, we've talked about Eskom. Coal is a big feature there. You're the nuclear industry, and just recently the EFF launched its manifesto, and they talked about nuclear as part of what should be part of an energy mix. What are your thoughts on what the EFF had to say?
Peter, we've always said that nuclear technology provides us with one of the wonders of this world. It's not only providing us technology in terms of power generation. We have nuclear medicine. We have agricultural sector. We've got a lot of application when you talk about the nuclear space. So when you say that nuclear is one of the industries that we have seen around the world that have grown, one of South Korea, which was the poorest country, to be where it is today. So the technology itself, it's wonderful. So we were very impressed to see that at least there are people out there who understand the importance of this sector, and we cannot let this sector die. We need to improve on this sector. We need to make lots of investment to ensure that we drive this sector forward. I mean, if you look at the wonders that are done at Steve Biko, Charlotte McClellan, and all that, in terms of nuclear applications, the nuclear industry, we need a lot of investment. We need to produce more power. Not only power to for industries and houses. We need power to desalinate water. One of the most important issues that will come in 5 years' time is the issue of water. And if you don't plan to desalinate today, we don't have rain, Peter. I mean, I've been in Gauteng for the past 6 months. The rainfall that we've seen is very, very low. So we need to look at the energy sector in such a way that will drive the economy, will provide us with food security, energy security, and those you can be realized when you invest a lot of money into the nuclear space.
All right, so that was the EFF's view, and I'm just wondering, have you had a chance to engage with other political parties of what this energy mix should look like?
Peter, next week we've got a NIASA dialogue with labor unions. We're also extending it to all affected parties, including political parties, to come there when we convene at Gibbs Business School on Tuesday, the 12th, to come and have a serious dialogue about this energy sector. So we are pleading to them to say, hit the call, let's come and sit down, because if you do not sit down together, you know, I know the Tanzanian proverb say that two ends cannot be, you know, they can easily lift the grasshopper. So we believe that if you sit down as a collective, labor unions who are directly involved in the energy sector, all the political parties, because together we want to move South Africa. So we cannot say that this is a problem for certain party, there's a problem for certain union or certain stakeholders. So we're going to convene at Gibbs Business School to iron out, to unpack this energy sector, to say that what is investment is needed, what generational energy mix should the country adopt in order to improve the economy. I mean, a lot of young people are unemployed. Right now we've got free education. what are those graduates going to go to if you don't prepare the industry, if you don't have the industry that they can easily fit into? So we're looking at what will be the best solution for this country, and we strongly advocate that together, looking at the wonders that nuclear industry as a technology have, we can move South Africa forward.
All right, independent power producers might be saying, but hang on, we can create jobs, we can add to this mix in a cleaner way.
Peter, you know, there's IPPs, they harvest energy, you know, around the environment, whether through solar or whether through wind. And 200 billion that has been invested we have not seen what the 200 billion has had in terms of return on investment. So we are saying that, yes, you can have a space, but let's look at other sources that can create more jobs. Because in coal and uranium, you know, they call stored energy. They have, when you release that energy, it is labor intensive. The amount of people you need there, you need scientists, you need engineers, you need technicians, you need artisans, a lot of artisans. I mean, if you go around power stations there, whether you go to Mpumalanga, whether you go to Quebec, you will see the amount of warm bodies that are there. But if you go to wind farms or you go to solar, you get few people because the operation of those IPPs are not labor intensive. So therefore, we are saying that let's have a balance of the energy mix, knowing exactly that through baseload, dispatchable energy, which we are realizing from whether coal, nuclear fission, we can have a lot of employment. And remember again, you have a lot of services. The procurement spend at Quebec is a lot. Therefore, when you talk of inclusive growth, that's where you can have the black industrialists coming into feature there to be part of the supply chain in order to ensure that we grow this economy, more players come in, and then we can develop. We can be the China of tomorrow, the South Korea. I mean, I'm a very patriotic person. When I look at the country now, it makes me to cry, to say, look, are we making the right choices? We need to sit down. We need to come and sit down as a collective to say that tomorrow's youth might not be as patient as
And this
today.
is what you'll be doing next week?
Yes, this is exactly what we're doing. Next week at Gibbs Business School, we have a NIASA dialogue with Labour, but we have extended it to all political parties to say that come through with all the labour unions in the energy space to come and dissect and unpack and make the right decision for this beloved country.
All right. Well, I hope that the president has some good news for you tomorrow.
I definitely wish that the president can heed our call and say, look, let's sit down and have an energy plan that will be talking to his investment drive. Because investment, infrastructure development, or bringing more smelters and all that, you will need reliable, security of energy. And we are saying that together we can find a better solution.
Mr. Santswere, we're going to have to leave it there, but thanks very much indeed for coming through and sharing your thoughts with us ahead of this SONA tomorrow. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Peter.
All right, so now